What up, YouTube? Welcome to part 4 of Horizon Zero Dawn with a Therapist. We have had a doozy of a part 2 and a part 3. Maybe today will be more chill, maybe it won't. I have no idea, but I am very much looking forward to seeing what comes next. I hope that you have enjoyed my analysis so far. As a reminder, I do not claim to be right in all of my analyses. It's just one perspective. Just doing my best with the information that I'm given at a particular point in time. I appreciate a thumbs up. I appreciate the comments. I'd appreciate it if you followed me in all the links that are down in the description. It's been wonderful to play this game for all of you, and I hope that you'll stick with us all the way through. But for now, part 4, coming at you. All right, test the override on a Strider. How do I do that? Let's find out.
Nice and quiet.
Override.
Okay, here it goes. Come on, come on. It worked. It's not hostile. Seems almost tame. I think I could ride it.
Oh. Whoa, whoa.
More like it. Yeah! 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 Ride!
Whoa. What do you gotta do? What are you doing that for, you douche? What the hell, man?
This Strider is fast.
We haven't even ridden
This
it,
beats
Aloy.
walking.
Yeah! Sure does. Neat.
I should try overriding other kinds of machines. Probably can't ride them all, but I might find a use for them.
Whoa. I love that I don't have to be level 40 to get my mount. Get it right away. It feels good, man. Feels real good.
Sounds exciting.
Watch yourselves!
The gates look shut.
Bring it closer! Closer!
What's up?
Varl, I take it?
Am I seeing things? Or were you riding that Strider when you came through the gate?
I was. It's hard to explain.
I imagine so. Strange times we live in. We who've survived. I recognize you, of course. Aloy, the outcast who won the proving. I'm glad to see you survived your wounds.
High Matriarch Tirsa said you might know the way to Meridian.
The capital of the Carja Sundom? You seek exile?
No. A traitor named Olin. The Matriarchs made me a seeker so I could go after him.
Well, then you should head north to Mother's Crown. If you make it, talk to Maria. She'll point the way.
If I make it?
The trail is dangerous. Ever since the War Party massacre, our lands go unpatrolled, and our borders unguarded. We have no war chief to lead us.
Isn't that Resh's job?
Ugh. Only because Sona went missing. I'd go after her myself, but she ordered me to hold this gate with my life. And so I have.
It's a perfect example of how leaders are generally, good leaders are defined by their constituents and show a level of respect to their constituents and gather respect. They earn it rather than just having a title shoved in everybody's face. And Varl's orientation to Resh versus Sona is a perfect example of this. He's willing to go to the ends of the earth for the actual war chief. He's willing to guard this gate with his life because she did something over time to garner his respect and his trust that her directive is something that he can adhere to. Resh is the type of manager who gets promoted and then immediately walks around with the badge and is like, I'm the manager, you gotta listen to what I say, and thinks that the title itself is what people respect. If you're in a position of leadership and power, people will respect you, the person, more than they will respect the title. And so you should really make inroads to connect with your constituents if you want them to follow you. It's a very important distinction, and it is one that people will often readily make when those leaders are not around, like how Varl just did.
You said the trail is dangerous. What sorts of dangers?
Almost too many to name. The killers are still out there, and somehow they've corrupted the machines, spreading madness.
Yes, I've seen it myself.
Bandits, too. Cutthroats who snuck across the border to prey on us. The word is, there's a camp in the metal ruins upriver.
Sounds like I need to craft more arrows. You said I won the proving. How did you know that?
I spoke to survivors. They said you fought bravely, as did Bast. And my sister.
Your sister was Vala? I'm very sorry. I liked her. I think we might have even become friends. If we'd had a chance.
Thank you. She died saving others. There is no better death.
You said the war party was massacred. How?
When word came of the attack on the Proving, War Chief Sona assembled a war party to give chase. But in their haste to get vengeance, some braves broke rank and raced ahead, straight into a trap. A pack of crazed machines, seething with corruption, fell upon the braves and savaged them. War Chief Sona led a countercharge and destroyed the machines, but by then the killers were gone, and our losses were extreme.
You said War Chief Sona is missing?
Even when the war party was massacred, she wouldn't give up the chase. She called for volunteers and went after the killers.
You didn't volunteer?
Of course I did, but Sona denied me that. She ordered me to see the wounded back to the Embrace, and to guard this gate, to guard the Embrace with my life. That was days ago, and since then there's been no word from her.
So there's no way to know if she's alive or dead.
If anyone could survive out there, it would be her. Sona's prowess is legend, an unbending spear to measure ourselves against.
Sounds like she sets a high standard.
Oh, you have no idea.
Oh!
She's my mother.
Oh.
I should be on my way.
Aloy, before you make the journey to Mother's Crown and beyond, is there any chance you could search for Sona? The tribe needs her leadership. I'd go after her myself if she hadn't commanded me to hold this gate at all costs.
Where was she last seen?
The War Party massacre site. A wooded hollow across from Devil's Thirst, on this side of the river. You might be able to pick up her trail there. She went after the killers who attacked the Proving, who killed those we love, who tried to kill you.
I get it, Varl. I'll see what I can do.
Dude's got passion. I mean, hell, I want to find Sona for no other reason than to stick it to Resh. Like, aha! Idiot! You don't get to be the war chief anymore.
May the goddess protect.
Off on some seeker business, are you? Oh, I'm sure you can't say. Goddess bless you then.
Thanks, man.
My whole life. All of it in the Embrace. The world just got bigger. But also more dangerous.
I honestly don't know if I even want to mount here because I just want to like explore, see cool shit. Like, what is this? You know? Like, there's something up there on top of that hill. What's up, man?
Are you all right, Hunter? Were you injured when the war party was ambushed?
Not exactly. And I'm not a hunter, or a brave, or anything really. You shouldn't even be talking to me.
Well, whoever you are, you're hurt. What happened?
My name's Kren. I thought I'd have a go at the trials at the hunting grounds over the rise, you know, hone my skills. It didn't go very well.
You got injured at a hunting grounds? How?
Well, I was aiming for a canister on the back of a grazer, and my bowstring snapped, and I tripped, and... forget it. It wasn't pretty, okay? I just wanted to train a bit. Hunting grounds are perfect for that. They offer trials, which are like challenges, and they give you marks if you accomplish objectives or beat certain times. The keep is up there on the hill, just to the north. Talk to him to do a trial. I'm sure you'd do better than I did.
Why did you say you weren't anything at all, and that I shouldn't talk to you?
I stole a bow, okay? And got cast out. This was before the proving, so now I can't even fight for my tribe in its time of need. I have to live in the wild by myself, which is why I wanted some training. Honestly, I'm just glad the keeper would talk to me. I think he might be an exile or something. He doesn't seem to care about the laws of the matriarchs.
Things aren't exactly going your way, are they? Is there anything I can do to help?
No. I'll be all right. My father always said All Mother had a plan for me. Before he got run over by a strider, anyway.
I need to get going, Kren.
All right. Be careful. Especially if you're heading north. And be sure to hit the hunting grounds if you want to train up.
Wild to me. So, this is another commentary here on the tribe and its iron grip over the people that are in it. Think about that for a second. Like, I get that stealing a bow is not particularly great, but excommunication from the tribe as a punishment for, it seems like, basically anything that is seen as unbecoming of participation in the tribe is pretty extreme. You essentially get to a point where you are ruling the people of the tribe with fear. Because if you are constantly questioning whether something you're doing is going to get you excommunicated, that is, that's brutal. I understand as well that there's probably not enough of a structure or time for them to have any kind of meaningful judiciary system. But man, you really mess with people when you toss them out of the group. And the thing that really, I think, messes this up too is that, like, how could you expect people to feel good about the tribe upon return? Like, okay, so this is a tribe that values us insofar as we're compliant. And when we're not compliant, we're cast aside. Again, I get it. Stealing a bow, not great. But as a first punishment, a little harsh. But if that's how they maintain control and it's worked over time, then it works. So again, like the thing that is striking to me about how the Nora operate is that they leave very little room for nuance. And if you want to progress effectively as a unit of people that are supportive and taking care of the people within it, you ought to start delving into nuance. One of the greatest things, I mean, this is a little bit of an aside here, but one of the things that I appreciated so much about when I was in my doctoral level ethics seminars is the core discussion about ethics and ethical decision making isn't that you find a black and white structure. The reality is when you're trying to make certain subjective calls and you're trying to adhere to a morality code or a code of ethics, the reality is you have to sit within some really blurry gray areas. And the more that people are willing to take in the specific context that's involved in a moment and sit with nuance and dissonance and the gray areas of this, the more effective you're going to be in people at the very least having a sense that they will be either given the benefit of the doubt or have an opportunity to explain themselves. And it makes consequences that are rendered all the more powerful and understandable because there has actually been a system in place of injecting nuance rather than immediately saying, blanket, this is it. You stole a bow, you're out. You talked to an outcast, you're out. You did this, you're out. Like, that is a quick and dirty way of running a group of people, but it is not something that's going to have long-term effectiveness unless you continually up the amount of fear that you're instilling in your constituents to get them to perceive you as having more power than you actually do. It seems like the matriarchs just make the call, Pharaoh. It doesn't seem like there's much nuance here. So, anyway. It's an interesting conversation with that guy. And I realize the tribe has built systems on survival. I've talked about that throughout the entire playthrough, but how effective do you want to be as a growing, maturing system? Who are you?
I spoke to Kren. He told me this is a hunting grounds where you offer tests of skill.
Poor Kren. Not the best hunter, but at least he keeps his chin up. You bear the mark of a seeker. I've heard of those, but never seen one. You have the matriarch's leave to come and go as you like from the sacred land?
Yes, but I would have gone even without their permission.
Is that so? Then maybe you and I can speak plainly.
I like that.
Truth is, I've had dealings with the Karja. I represent an organization called the Hunter's Lodge in Meridian. We test promising young hunters with trials at places like these. You might be just the kind of person we're looking for. Why don't you sample the trials and see? Just to be clear, though, I'd appreciate it if you kept our conversation in confidence, especially when it comes to the matriarchs.
I like that. I like that. That dude respects a person who says the system is a bit goofy. Aloy has the ability to speak a hell of a lot more freely now because she's been bestowed a token of leadership and prestige within the group. And this is honestly what I would want. This is what I want from a leader, personally. Like, she is in the position of leadership. She is now respected in a very arbitrary way, but she's respected. And she basically says, nah, the system's a little messed up. Let's do something a little different here. I'm up for exerting autonomy against it. And this guy respects that, as I'm sure many people do if they think critically about what it is that they've been engaged in. It's great.
You're not supposed to be here, are you?
No. My friend and I left the sacred land and returned. The matriarchs wouldn't approve, to say the least. We're hunters at heart. left because we wanted to find new herds and new machines. That's why the Hunter's Lodge appealed to us. But the Carja wouldn't have us if they knew we were Nora, so we wore Carja clothes when we brought our marks to them. After a while, it felt like we were caught between worlds. Not quite Carja, not quite Nora. We started to miss home. So we came back and set up our own hunting grounds.
You think it'll work? Staying here without the matriarch's permission?
I'm not sure. But we don't believe in their rules. There's a big world out there, and ignoring it doesn't help anyone.
So the question in chat about, or the comment in chat about people outside of the embrace being less devout. It's a great example of it. Yeah. It's all about diverse representation. I have said this phrase so many times already throughout this playthrough, but this is it in spades. When you keep the tribe within the closed confinement of the embrace, and you make that group as homogenous as possible, and you stoke those flames by saying the types of messages that are being sent to the children of the tribe and cultivate the people within the tribe in the way that you do, you are able to exert more control and influence over the narratives and thus over people because they don't know what they don't know. It's very easy to rigidly adhere to that when you have no outside representation because there's no other point of reference. As you go out into the world, as this guy has, and you see other groups of people, you see other customs, you see other ways of orienting yourself to the environment, you see other forms of knowledge, you meet people who have perspectives that differ from your own, and you embrace that with curiosity, you are far less likely to adhere to the single story of the place that you came from because you realize that there's more out there, that you can expand your understanding and expectations of the world as a result of that. Now, some people welcome that with open arms and have a degree of resilience to that. Other people are incredibly uncomfortable when they are confronted with that because they have adhered to that single story and homogeneity throughout their life. So when you introduce new information and diverse representation, there's dissonance that's experienced, which will be experienced as anxiety. And a lot of times people will work to try to reduce that anxiety by going back to where they came from, which this guy hints at a little bit when he said, I thought about going home, but I know too much now. It's a real coming of age when people leave the nest and go out and have experiences and meet people that do not have the same lived experiences and perceptions as their own. The more diverse representation you have in your life, the more breadth of an understanding of the world you live in you have. And that can sometimes be painful, but it also can be incredibly empowering and fulfilling because you've expanded yourself out of just this very myopic view of the world. And so, yeah, when you have outcasts that have experienced that, as they inevitably will when they're not allowed in the embrace, yeah, you don't want people in the tribe talking to outsiders because there may be an outsider that says, it's not so bad out here. Or, man, I've learned that some of the stuff that the Nora are teaching us is bullshit. Like, there's all sorts of stuff that you open yourself up to. And so if you want to control people, you control them by saying you too will be outcast if you talk to an outcast. But when you're in the tribe, you don't have a point of reference to say, well, that actually doesn't sound too bad. You're going to be terrified of that because of how limited your scope of knowledge is. This is a really hard concept for people to grasp when they have had their minds expanded in a certain way. Like the idea that people are super limited in their point of reference for something and that they orient themselves to the world as a result of that is very hard for people to stomach because you're like, why would you do that? There's all these like amazing things that are available to you. But the reality is that person has never experienced that and it's going to freak them out. It's tough to get into that space, but an important one. I think it's probably a little bit of both, sir. All right.
Tell me about the trials.
The Hunter's Lodge hosts hunting ground trials throughout the world, each offering hunters a chance to test their skills.
What do I get for completing them?
Pride in accomplishment.
Just like when you play Star Wars Battlefront 2 and work your ass off to unlock Darth Vader. Right? I had to for the meme. Still the most downvoted post on Reddit of all time. Fucking idiots.
As well as marks, depending on how well you fare. Here, we offer the tools trials.
What kind of tools?
Hunting isn't just about your bow. It's about using everything available to you, even your surroundings. You'll see once you start taking the trials.
As long as I don't gotta pay $60 to enter the trials, the pride and accomplishment will feel good.
What is the Hunter's Lodge?
It's a group of hunters who compete to bring down the mightiest machines in the land, run by the Carja in Meridian. You can see it yourself if you win 3 half-suns from the hunting grounds. Just to warn you, though, they're not fond of Nora. Pick one of these trials, and I'll explain it.
All right, let's see what's up.
Test your skill with bow and arrow by shooting parts off the backs of grazers as quickly as possible. I like that one. Slide down a rope, and I'll start timing.
All right, remove canisters from grazers. Let's give it a shot here.
I'm ready. Gotta be.
Oops. Whoa, there's a freaking watcher here. Oh, man. All right, let's go get them. Gotta get 10 of them in a minute and 30 seconds. Oh, how did that not hit?
Makes this a little easier. All right, new plan.
Oh, I didn't do ammo. Got it. Okay. Back to the south. Shut up.
Keep quiet now.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. All right. How'd I do, boss?
How'd you... First time, and you win a blazing sun. You're good, even for Nora.
Whoa. Yeah, I am. Let's go with the log
This trial
pile.
tests your ability to use the environment to your advantage. Shoot log piles to make them fall, crushing machines below. Remember, you can use explosions from your blast sling to scare machines into fleeing where you want them to go.
Okay.
Perfect. I'll start timing when you start down a rope.
Okay.
Snow. It's not getting any warmer out here.
Slide down a rope. Well, I guess this is the only rope to slide down, or... Log pile. Oh, it's this thing. Okay.
Here they come.
Alright, this one's, I guess, a little trickier here, huh? Oh my god, I got one? Are you kidding me? Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. That's right, run! Keep running. This is not going well. I gotta do... Why is this not fire? God damn it, I did it the wrong way. Dude, shoot the arrow, Aloy. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is bad. No, we're gonna go back up and we're gonna restart this trial.
I can get out of this.
I'm done. If it ain't gold, I don't want it.
You haven't finished it.
Abandoned.
Oh, you want...
Do it
This
again.
trial. Hope you enjoy.
Hope you enjoy. I don't know that I'm gonna enjoy it, bud, but we're gonna do it anyway. Let's go. Let's go! Alright, you jamokes. Go up the hill. Yeah, you scared? Go, no, not that way. No! Son of a bitch! Oh yeah, eat shit. Let's go. Yeah. If only I could go up the rope. All right.
Just stay out of their way for now.
Oh, Mr. Hunter. Yeah, you like that?
You want to blast.
Yeah, I did. Blast
This
wire.
trial requires you to bring grazers down with blast wires. But you'll need the Karja tripcaster and ammunition to do it. My friend here may have them for sale.
All right. Well, then I'll
Time
go
for
buy
me.
it.
I'll be here.
Time for me to buy it. What up, homie? Karja Tripcaster. Or wait, Karja... Right, Karja Tripcaster. It costs 180 metal shards. I'm rich. I can afford it. Okay. And then... Oh, shit. Look at all this nice-ass stuff this guy's got for sale. Hell yeah. All right, we'll deal with that later. Ammo. Blast wire. Is that what I'm trying to get? Oh, oh, Jesus. All right. Forgot about this. While aiming, toggle R3 to slow down time. That sounds good. Press R1 for high damage attack on downed enemies. Light spear attacks have an increase. Okay. Move faster while wielding a heavy weapon. I don't really need that. Increases maximum duration of concentration. I do need that, though. Use R1 while aiming to notch an additional arrow on all bow weapons. Ooh. Increases maximum duration of concentration. Notch up to 3 arrows, faster reload. Ooh, which one does he go with here? Oh, I can do both. All right. Traveler. Gather resources, search for enemies while mounted. Disassemble resources modifications to 50% of their metal shard value. Landing from a fall or jump is completely silent. Will not alert otherwise unaware enemies. Time slows while aiming during a jump or a slide. Hell yeah, give me that. Use ranged weapons while balancing on ropes. Yes. Man, I got... Alright. Oh, those cost 3. Speeds up healing from the medicine pouch and additional natural resources when foraging. Alright, I'll worry about that later then. Let's open these guys. Okay. Ammo. Okay, so if we go...
Shouldn't use my weapons up here. It'd be cheating.
Would you like... Use your blast wire and carja... Explosions scare them, so you may want to use your blast... That's a good one.
Okay.
Timing...
All right, here we go. So we're gonna go, I guess, down first. Blast wire. All right, how many gotta kill? 6? All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go over here. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. We're gonna go. Oh, I gotta be. Alright. Go this way. We're gonna be smart about this. I got plenty of time. We're gonna go. 1, 2. Okay. And then we're gonna go, they're gonna freak out and they're probably gonna turn around. And then I'm gonna shoot another one. But we're gonna go back across and we're gonna chase them the way that they've been going the entire time that we've been doing this. Get up there, Aloy. You gotta think.
Let's do this.
All right, let's go. Let's go, Leroy Jenkins. Let's go. Yeah. Go the way you've been going. No, go the way you've been going. That's not the way you've been going. You freaking jabronis. No! Idiots! No! Go the other way. Go this way. Go. Yeah!
It'd be fascinating if they weren't looking for me.
Yeah! Go. No, idiots. No. No! Oh my God. Fine, I'll do it myself. Go, yeah, boom, die. Oh God. Oh geez. Okay. Oh God. Oh, this just went so terribly, man. This is so bad. All right, you knuckleheads. Come here. Yeah. All right, one more. One more. No! Let's go. I got 15 seconds. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. No!
I felt that.
Did I get it? Oh my God, I think I got it. Oh! Wow. You might say I got that done under the wire. Yeah. Did that joke strike a chord with you? Have I roped you into further streams? Did I take you on a lovely trip? All right, I'm done.
You won a full sun on your first try. Improve on your time, and you could win the Blazing Sun.
The Blazing
You have
Sun.
everything you need to enter the Hunter's Lodge. Good luck in Meridian. Of course, you can still run more trials with me.
Nah, dude, I'm over it.
I should go.
Come back when you're ready.
Come back when I'm ready. I beat the shit out of your trial, dude. Your trial had no chance. All right. Good shit. Now there was a there was like a exclamation point that was down here. So many cool things to do and see. I never did go back to the original ruins. We'll probably do that at some point when we have to go back. Another vault over here. Ancient armory.
Low and quiet does it.
Ahoy there!
I'll shake it out later.
All right, what do we got here?
Corpse next to it?
Shit. You mind if I loot the corpse of your dead significant other person right in front of you? What's up, dude?
There's danger ahead, girl.
Danger for you, Outlander. This is Noraland.
Yes, yes, yes. Trespass is forbidden on pain of death. Strange phrase, the pain of death. See? This one's in no pain at all.
Who was he?
A thief, slaver, a killer. The kind that give honest killers a bad name.
Farrell told me there would be bandit ambushes on the road.
Well, it's not all good news. They don't always come to you. Most dig out a camp, and there they'll sit like spoil on meat.
Unless someone does something about it?
I like you. Follow the trail of smoke on the other side of the ruins. I'll be there.
Guy's got some cool style. Like, his headdress is super neat. Guy's got the drip, as they say in the...
My focus is picking up some kind of signal. Maybe I can scan it. I have 3 sons. Now they'll let me inside the Hunter's Lodge. Well, let's see how that turns out. Oh, I wonder what's down here.
Oh, shit! Oh, man, Aloy just diving into water. She doesn't know how deep it is. That's a choice. What is this? Pick up a metal flower. The metal flower of unknown design, possibly used to promote seed germination, includes an embedded code fragment. Trade sets of these flowers in Meridian for valuable rewards. Cool. Bunker discovered.
This isn't a cave. It's a ruin.
Whoa, what's going on in here? Master Chief!
Armor. From the age of the old ones. But how do I get to it?
Experimental personal armor, nanofiber construction with inlaid micro-projector network. Yo. Actually kind of looks like Carmine from Gears of War.
Red light. I'm not getting in. Haven't seen one of these since I was a little kid. I think the old ones use numbers like this to indicate time.
1200, 1500, 1800, 2100. Guessing that means it's like a clock. And you gotta make these be the hands on the clock. Dude. Just break the glass, Aloy. Damn. I'm sure that I am not supposed to do anything in here yet. But we'll be coming back to you at some point. Weave is not tightening properly on local impact tests. We need to optimize existing sensors and add more. Weird. All right. Well, can't wait to learn more about that. Do, 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 do. Climb. Climb. I don't know if I can climb this. Didn't even think this through before I jumped in. Whoa, Fori, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. That's super cool of you. Thank you for your generosity, my friend. Oh, God. All right, so we can unflag that, I guess. So we're supposed to go up there, but I want to go to this village and do some side quests. Good stuff.
Brawl said War Chief Sona went after the killers from the Proving. Maybe I should try to find her.
Goddess, remember those we have lost. Remember me when I fall. Goddess, please. How much more of this can we bear? All-Mother, help us, please. So many dead. We'll all be dead soon enough. All-Mother, please. You're a Nora. Do your duty and pray to be remembered well when you fall. I've been up since early in the morning. I can barely think. I'd rather not talk now.
Oh, okay. I mean, you were talking, so I was just listening. But if you're done, I'm done. Okie dokie. You just steal this person's supplies before I walk into their home. Oh, maybe not. Oh, shit. Oh, it's this people. Hi.
That brave. Sounds like he's suffering.
Yes. It's only a matter of time before he passes on. I've seen people die before, but never in such pain. I want to be strong like you, but nothing I do comforts him. I don't even have any dream willow to ease his pain. There should be some in stashes along brave trails to the east, but I must keep vigil for this man. I don't suppose you could check the stashes? Even a little dream willow would ease his pain.
How did the man you're caring for get hurt?
He was one of the war party, wounded in battle down the ridge there. He was too weak to be carried back to Mother's heart, so they brought him here. I'm supposed to comfort him, but all I can do is whisper. Tell him to think of his mother's smile.
Could you see the ambush from here?
I heard it. Explosions and screams and howls of machines like monsters. That's what he keeps groaning and muttering about. Machines like nightmares ripping everyone to shreds. If only I could calm him. Help him forget all that and go to All-Mother in peace.
There is a very interesting phenomenon that happens for us when we see people who are struggling. The overwhelming majority of people will feel something in the form of empathy or sympathy or both toward a person who is in pain. It's hard for us to see people in pain because we then engage with our own experiences of pain as a means to connect with that person. When somebody in pain makes you anxious or activates this desire to ease that person's pain so that you yourself can feel better, you have to be very careful, because the tendency is for people to over-insert themselves in the affairs of other people. Now, I'm not trying to sound like a cold-hearted dude who's like, no, that guy can just suffer by the river. That's not what I'm talking about. But this woman who we just talked to has to be very careful with bestowing upon herself the role of make this guy feel better. There are only so many things that you can control as it relates to another person's experience, most of those being how you choose to interact with that person. But we don't know that this guy is even asking for help. We don't know that this guy wants to feel better. It could be that this guy experienced some profound trauma and it's affected him and he's sorting his way through it. And he's acknowledged that the pain of that is part of the process. As much as pain is not great to experience, pain's not always terrible. We learn a lot with pain. It's part of the grieving process. It's part of the processing of trauma. It's part of the acknowledgement of the reality of the situation that we're in. So this woman immediately wanting to jump in to make him feel better might actually be missing the mark if she hasn't taken the time to ask this guy what kind of support he wants, if any. And so when people ask me the question, how do I support X person who's struggling with X pain? They're often expecting that I'm going to give a very specific answer. And 9 times out of 10, my answer to that question is ask them what they want or need, rather than making an assumption that the person even wants it to go away at all, let alone wants it to go away in a specific way. People experience distress and pain. It doesn't mean that you have to go make it better, especially if other people's pain is making you anxious. You may need to set a boundary and remove yourself in a particular type of way if it's affecting you that profoundly, particularly if somebody says they don't want your assistance. But if somebody says that they don't want your support and assistance when you try to offer it, you should listen to them rather than making it about yourself. Now, that said, I'm going to do the mission. I know in a lot of the playthroughs, like I will sometimes waffle on whether I'm going to do something. Like I'm going to help out here because I want to see where it goes. But this is a perfect example of how video gaming sometimes gives us over-representation of over-involving yourself in the affairs of others. And arguably, that's what this woman is doing here. It would be nice if she said, he asked me to help support him in making the pain go away, and I don't entirely know what to do, or I do know what to do, but I can't get the resources. That's entirely different from, this guy's in pain and I need to help him. Maybe it would be useful, but we need to get some more information from this guy, particularly since this is not a crisis situation. In a crisis situation, yeah, you got to act quickly. This is not a crisis situation.
You're young for a healer, aren't you?
Yes. I'm still learning the basics. But all the true healers are busy in Mother's heart. Besides, this brave is beyond healing. What he needs is someone to stay with him. And that, I can do.
All right.
Tell me what you need again.
Dream willow. An oil made from the bark of water willows that brings sleep and numbs pain. My supply is gone, but hunters keep it in stashes along brave trails.
This guy's in pain. Let's sedate him. Let's shoot him with a tranquilizer dart so that he feels better, so that he shuts up and stops engaging the empathy of the people around him. And that's kind of what I hear in this. Like, I don't know if it's just me being like cold, but I have a strong aversion to over-involving yourself in the affairs of others. But like, this dude is processing his trauma and she's like, nah, man, let's put him to sleep. That's what he needs. I don't know. Like, I want this guy in on this. I want to talk to this guy about what he needs rather than just immediately like shooting him with a tranquilizer dart.
Of reach of beasts and machines. There should be some left in the stashes along trails to the east.
Even if he is dying, if he's dying still, wouldn't all of us want to be involved in like in this process? Like, I want consent from this dude around this. It feels so weird to be like, all right, man, we're gonna get this flower. We're just gonna pop the morphine in your butt, and we're just gonna let you wither away in morphine induced bliss. Ugh, feels a little weird to me. Like, who's got power of attorney here? If this guy's not in the right state of mind to make a call on his own life.
You said that you, wanted to be strong, like me. I take it you know who I am?
I do. I know a lot of people didn't want you in the proving. But if you hadn't been there, everyone would have died. Shows how much we know. The very person we needed was someone the tribe never wanted. I wish I could borrow some of your courage now. For him.
You don't need to borrow what you already have.
I hope you're right.
I'll check the stashes for Dream Willow if I get a chance.
You will? Thank you. My only wish is to ease this poor man's suffering.
Okay. Again, easing the suffering of others is not a bad thing. Like, I don't want this guy to suffer either. But I also want this guy to have the dignity to make a call on his own life here.
You're a Nora. Do your duty and pray to be remembered well when you fall.
I mean, the guy is... I mean, I realize that not all, like, disabilities and injuries are visible, but, like, the guy's not on his deathbed right now. The guy's standing at a campfire overlooking the river, processing his trauma. Like, I'd want to be like, hey, sir, that healer up there is talking to me about trying to ease your pain. Is that something that you've been actively trying to get done? Or, like, where are you at right now? How you feeling? You want that kind of assistance?
Remember her. I beg you. You're Aloy, aren't you? They say you've been made a seeker with rite of passage from the sacred land.
Yes. To track the killers who attacked the proving.
I can't imagine leaving All Mother's protection. But my sister Nakoa is like you. Fearless. She went north to find a Karja officer called Zaid, one of the captains of the Red Raids. He's dangerous. I'm really worried about her.
Okay, acknowledging that I may have been thinking about the wrong person. That may negate everything I just said. So, hold on. We're going to deal with this guy, and then we're going to go back. We're going to go back. Because I thought she was talking about the guy down by the river. Not some other dude who I just walked right past. So, hang tight.
Did the matriarchs really give Nakoa permission to leave?
No. They refused her. But nothing could stop her from going after Zaid. He murdered our father during the Red Raids. Nakoa saw it happen. Hid in the cellar and forced herself to watch. It changed her.
Yeah, understandably so.
I lived in the Embrace during the Red Raids. What was it like out here?
For 10 years, the Karja attacked without warning. Devils like Zaid butchered braves and kidnapped civilians for blood sacrifice. It all ended when the Mad Sun King died. The matriarchs say his son wants to set things right. But that wasn't enough for Nakoa.
You could have gone with her.
Leave the sacred land and be purged from All Mother's eternal memory? No. I begged Nakoa to stay so she could avoid that fate.
All right. Yet another example here of the way in which these arbitrary customs and narratives and objects affect people's real decision making. Like, this isn't just, oh, this is cute culture that the Nora have. This stuff gets into your head and you believe that it's a certain thing. And then you start to make decisions based on these constructs. that have been created by your fellow humans in positions of power. It's fascinating stuff, because this guy actually believes, and I'm not saying this with judgment, I'm saying this with empathy. Like, this guy actually believes that if he was to have followed her, he's in trouble with the deity that he praises, and that it is going to affect him in this life and beyond. Like, it's amazing. That's the power that this stuff has over people, that it infiltrates their decision making. All of us are susceptible to this, particularly if you have been conditioned to believe a certain thing, both from a very young age or via reinforcement mechanisms as an adult. And it's not my call to make of whether he should have gone with her or not. That's his decision to make. But his choice not to go after her, if that's what in his heart of hearts felt right for him, because of the All-Mother and how that's been constructed in the Nora tribe, it's a real illustration of how powerful that is in cultivating people's behaviors and decisions. That's how powerful this force is.
She said she didn't care. I don't know. Will she really be cursed for avenging our father? It seems cruel.
Yeah, man, think for yourself on this. That's a huge ask. But if this guy had just a little bit of flexibility to engage with a sense of autonomy and try to critically think his way through this, maybe he would make a different decision. Maybe he wouldn't. But I'd love for him to have the opportunity to do that.
I'll keep an eye out for her.
Oh, Mother bless you. I know the matriarchs won't let her return to the sacred land, but I just need to know that she's all right. She must have passed through Mother's crown. My Aunt Salai lives there. They might have spoken. Maybe she can tell you more.
All right. All right, let's go check out my friend over here who I just completely ignored. Oh, it's this guy. Well, okay. I mean, I suppose it's a little different, but I still would want to ask this guy if that's what he wants. I mean, my point stands a little bit, but I didn't notice that it was this guy chilling here in pain. Or maybe it's this guy who's been crushed by this rock that I'm standing on. Oh my God. And his head is hello? There's a man that's literally been crushed by a rock over here. I can put him out of his misery if that's what you think you need. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna kill somebody random on the other end of that arrow. That's what makes Sir Isaac Newton the deadliest son of a bitch in space! You are ruining somewhere, sometime, you are ruining someone's day. All right. Okay. Let's see. All right. So we got some cool quests here. The War Chief's Trail. Go to the Masker site. Done.
Easy, easy.
All right. Who's this guy? What's up, bro?
Please, All-Mother, lift your curse on the Nora. Show us mercy. I beg you. Oh, Goddess, save us. Save the Nora.
I would really love to know what that means. Like, what does he mean when he says save the Nora? Like, from what? Get out of here. Go on, get.
This must be where the war party got massacred. Such destruction.
Woofda. Alright. Well.
Maybe the war chief left something behind. Some clue as to where she went.
Yikes.
Lots of machines. All controlled by the killers. They sent a stampede of them down the slope.
Oh, I don't need to tag that. Ooh. It's crazy that this thing can map out where people are.
The Nora managed to take down a corruptor. But not before the killers used it to send the other machines against them.
Talk to the survivor. Oh.
Brave, let us speak.
What's up, dude? What's going on?
The dead and wounded all cleared away. Are there no more braves or healers here?
Just me. You're hurt. What happened?
I didn't. It's madness out there. War Chief Sona sent me back to report. I'm no good to her like this.
Thank you for the 33 months, Siora. Appreciate you, bud.
Varl told me that the war chief tracked the killers. Did she find them?
We followed their trail, but again and again they sent corrupted machines to attack us. My wounds started to slow me down, so the war chief sent me back to let others know she hasn't given up the fight.
So, you were here when the war party was ambushed?
I was. I thought after the proving there could be no darker day, but I was wrong. The war chief was delayed gathering the rear guard. Eager for revenge, the braves in the lead fell into the trap. Dozens lost in minutes. If Sona hadn't arrived and rallied us, no one would have survived.
Varl sent me to look for Sona. Do you know where she is now?
All I can tell you is where we parted. Near the metal tower, southeast of the ruins at Devil's Thirst. Look to the rise behind it with a lone boulder. I'll head for the embrace and report what I know to Varl and the others. May All Mother lend you strength. You'll need it, going alone.
Thanks, man. This game is so gorgeous. I can't believe it's a PS4 game. Go to Sona's last known location. Can do. Look at these ruins. Ancient debris. Ancient black bracelet.
Should have brought a cart.
Should have brought a cart. Yeah, dude, your
My
inventory.
focus is picking up some kind of signal. Maybe I can scan it.
Is that right? Nil. Well, Nil's chilling over there. What's this? Harriet Choi dies. Naysay Doom Priestess Harriet Choi dies. Perth, September 2nd, 2063. Infamous bioterrorist and Naysay Doom cult member Harriet Choi has died of lung cancer at the age of 54. Choi, whose religious beliefs prevented her from seeking treatment. Her religious beliefs didn't prevent her from seeking treatment. She chose not to seek treatment because of her religious beliefs. Very important to place the accountability where the accountability lies. She released a statement last year, reading in part, "I am dying, as always, and none are far behind me. I remain steadfast. Father Globe is in his death throes. He is ready to die, but you scorn Father Globe. Rather than help him slough off the filth, you condescend, insist you know what's best. Now you've had your claw back and think you will live forever, but the grave remains no less spacious than before." Choi was serving a life sentence at the Punitech Incorporated's Alpha campus for engineering the Doom Plague, a viral cocktail that scourged New York, London, Moscow, Tokyo, and Shanghai in 2039. The decision to imprison Choi for life rather than execute her was met with widespread outrage, but information she provided in exchange for the sentence led to the arrests of 16 higher-ranking members of the terrorist cult and, ultimately, naysay Doom's collapse. Damn. All right, well, these are going to be fun to read. Nil, what's up, my guy? Look at you killing all this shit. Oh, all these people. Oh, God. Bro, why do you always got dead people by you when I come over here?
We'll see each other again.
Well, we're seeing each other now. All right, whatever. Look at this. I feel like I'm in the EDZ in Destiny right now.
My focus is picking up some kind of signal. Maybe I can scan it.
Unrecognized signal. Ongoing transmission. Ooh.
Signal. Where's it coming from?
What is that? Thud, thud, thud.
Okay, the signal's getting close.
Ooh. First Amendment virtual. Editorial. Does the First Amendment apply to virtual spaces? April 29th, 2063. Last week, in one of the biggest synchronized police actions in U.S. history, the homes of more than 700 private citizens were raided, and more than 500 arrests were made for the crime of inciting criminal behavior using private informational processes. If you've been paying attention over the past 9 years, you'll know how to parse the above legal word soup. Those raided are accused of participating in a virtual anti-corporate sovereignty rally, this time at the HoloNet headquarters of Sterling Malkeet. Watching 500 people, many of them bloodied and terrified, hauled from their homes by police SWAT bots is, understandably and rightfully, horrifying to a lot of people. But this is nothing new. As far back as 2054, when the first major arrest of virtual protesters occurred over the occupation of Metallurgic International's holographic customer service center, pundits and courts have engaged in the debate over whether or not the internet constitutes a public place and is therefore legally required to oblige peaceable assembly. Legislation simply hasn't kept up with the advances of the HoloNet, and that's no accident. It serves the interests of the Sterling Malkeet and Metallurgic and their corporate ilk to treat the Holoscape not as a public space, but, in the words of Metallurgic-backed Senator Gerard O'Neill, an array of privately owned information processes. The same O'Neill data corrupted. Oh, baby. Shit's juicy. I'm here for it. I am here for it. What's that? Interesting that, like, when you get out into these tainted lands, there's still technology hanging around on the surface. You've been made to believe that they're only in, like, underground tunnels.
A tall neck. Looks just like Ross described.
Whoa!
The signal must be coming from its head. I need to get up there.
Oh, it's not hostile. All right, I gotta figure out how to get up on it. How do I get on you?
Uh-oh, spotted.
Spotted. Aloy on the Upper East Side. Shooting watchers for pleasure. XOXO. Nora girl.
I should be able to jump onto the tall neck from here.
All right, homie. Boom, boom. Perhaps when he comes around this side? These things are so cool. We just take a second to appreciate the entire aesthetic of this game. Like, whoever's idea this was, chef's freaking kiss, man. All right. Boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Oh, baby!
Okay, time to climb up to its head.
This is an amazing feat of strength for her to get up here like this. Now I can just control you.
Sorry about this. It won't take long. So the tyrant remembers everything along its path and sends what it sees to other machines.
Oh, so that unlocks the map. Nice. Look at that. Oh, baby. Whoosh. Boom, boom.
Another day. What'll this one hold?
Neat. Observer log USW-17, tall neck transmitter log. Orbit 4F8 initiated, cycle 808-231, routing query sent, no response G prime. Ping inert agents, 43 of 46 dormant. See, I love shit. I love cryptic shit like that so much. I love it. All right. What does it mean? You're not entitled to that information. Super badass. All right, let's go. I keep forgetting I even have concentration, but whatever. It reads like one of your puzzle clues. Yeah. I like stuff like that, so it makes a lot of sense. Go to Sona's last known location. All right, we're super close to it. Let's go. While we run over here to Sona, I just want to say how much I appreciate you all being here. Those of you that are here watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for taking time to watch these videos. I appreciate it immensely. Those of you that come and hang out on Twitch while I'm live, thank you for being here. I am so grateful for your support of my content. You got a million things that you could watch, and you choose to watch what I do. So thank you for that. It really does mean a lot. And I do not take your patronage for granted. All right. The single boulder.
The war chief stopped here.
Examine the
So where did she
campfire.
go next? They must have taken a moment to rest. Couldn't have been easy going on after the ambush.
And they didn't clean up after themselves? That seems very, like, counterintuitive to how the Nora would carry themselves. Like, you'd think there'd be a little more respect to the environment here. Maybe I'm just being a little judgy. Investigate the area. Bori, thank you for gifting a sub to Coconut Man. I appreciate that.
That old bow has seen a lot of action. No one would have left it willingly. Sona's taken losses.
All right, so they might have got ambushed. In which case, that makes sense to me.
Dressings for wounds. The runner wasn't the only one who got hurt.
Okay.
Might be a blood arrow shards. Braves were crafting ammunition here. Tracks. Roots and blood. Looks like Sona and her braves headed for that ridge.
I'm excited to meet her if she's still alive, because everybody talks her up. God damn it. Oh boy, these are corrupted. That means there's probably a bad thing somewhere nearby. Okay. It's like the proving. You take the path less traveled. Well, for being wounded, these people sure ran a hell of a trail.
A dead sawtooth. Maybe Sona took it out. She could be close.
What's up? How's it going? Aloy? Aloy? Rick. Oh! See you later, bud. Bye-bye. Hell of an entrance.
You're lucky I happened by. One heartbeat more, and that sawtooth would have torn you apart.
Half a heartbeat more and I would have killed it myself. So you're War Chief Sona? Varl asked me to find you.
Has he held the gate?
He has, bravely. I saw him kill a corrupted machine himself. But he worries for you.
Our tribe needs strength, not sentiment. I've tracked some of the killers who struck the Proving. I crave vengeance. Do you?
You have no idea.
Show me then. Lend me your strength. Follow.
Boy, she's intense. I mean, understandably so. She's a war chief. It is a really tricky scenario. When you occupy a position of power or influence where the needs of that role run in direct conflict to the needs of, like, your children in this case. I just met her, so I am not going to place any judgment on the nature of the relationship between her and her son. But I can imagine from the first impression that it is pretty difficult to manage a relationship to a child when you are responsible for the well-being of the entire tribe and have to make very difficult judgment calls. Something like telling your son to guard the gate with his life and seeing him from a very utilitarian perspective, because that's what the nature of your role in the tribe dictates that you need to do. The only thing that it makes me question at the outset, and again, I wouldn't make this known to Sona, it's just something for us to consider, is if you occupy that role, why have a child? Now, maybe she had the child before she got that role, and then it made it really complicated. But if she had that child post that role, woo, it's a tough one. Like, you're inviting in a lot of complexity in terms of how you balance those relationships if you're going to see your child as another piece of utility as it relates to the tribe. The point that I am making here, again, I really want to acknowledge that I don't know the nature of her. She could be a fantastic, warm, caring mother. I have no idea. But the point that I'm trying to make here is when you make the decision to be a parent, or if you make the decision to do the thing that can lead to you becoming a parent, there are so many things for you to consider beyond just the simple, should I have a child? It's, does my life, my role, my environment, my context, my learned experience dictate or provide me with the ability to raise a child in a way that we know that humans need to be raised and nurtured? So, my point here is more of a point of how this translates to real life, not necessarily taking into account the full culture of what's going on with her. Because I understand and appreciate that there are expectations that are likely bestowed upon her, but then that's where we get into, again, the ecological model of this is fascinating, because you're looking at culture and macro systems and expectations of survival and perpetuation of the species and what your role is as a matriarch or a war chief or a woman who can bear children. Like, you're looking in so many ways in this game at the most explicit possible way in which our broader systems affect the micro decisions that we make. And it begs the philosophical question of, is there actually full autonomy, or are all of us agents of the ecological system that we are embedded within? And arguably, it's probably closer to the latter than anything else, because we only know what we know. We only subscribe to what's available to us. It makes it really difficult when you get into the nuts and bolts of it, of like, where do I actually have autonomy? And where do I choose to exert it? Versus where do I follow what's expected of me because that's what's expected and I don't know otherwise? Like, it's really just fascinating to me how all of this comes together. And I have no doubt that Sona is going to be a fascinating character for us here, particularly as it relates to Varl, and the fact that she lost her daughter. And maybe she has other kids. And I don't know what that means for her. And maybe she very well could be in full-on adversity management mode right now, because she is responsible for the people that are in her party, and she's responsible as the war chief to do certain things. And so it very well could just be that she's in business mode right now, which is totally understandable. Like, I can imagine that there are people that are like, dude, DrMick, you met her for 5 seconds. You don't know anything about her. Like, yes, I understand that. And I want to get to know her more. But these are the initial thoughts that immediately stand out to me when we meet her and we see the intensity that she brings. And we also know that she has children in this tribe and a sense of duty to the tribe. Like, Dragon Age was a really great game that we played through that showed some of the interplay between societal expectations, culture, and all of this stuff, and the way that it affects the individual. This game is taking that to the next level. It's fantastic, the amount of complexity that I'm able to discuss and illustrate in this game with how it's been constructed, and I love that so much. Like, I eat this shit up. I love it. So, hope you love it too.
The killers are just across this ridge, digging the cursed earth. The sin of the ancients is buried in that soil. Corrupter demons.
I know of them. I killed one at Mother's Watch.
A bold claim. I wonder if you'll live up to it.
Yeah, but have you seen me eat medicinal herbs? All right.
Hours ago, I sent Braves into hiding in the trees below. On my signal, they'll attack. The enemy and their demonic machines outnumber us, but we will have fury on our side.
We could have more than that.
Explain.
That's Blaze. What we used to burn, they used to blast. It's how they dug out this pit.
So we put fire to it and then?
Boom.
Then let us begin.
Whoa, wait. Let's not rush. Give me some time to make an approach. If I end up alerting them, open fire.
All right. Let's see what you can do.
Can we just talk first? Now I get why people like Sona. I get it. Based on that interaction. How cool is it that Sona, the war chief, with plans in a time of crisis takes Aloy seriously. Like, she challenges her a little bit cognitively, but Aloy engages with her with confidence and with information. And Sona doesn't say, I'm the war chief. Do as I say, because I'm the war chief. She takes a second to listen to what Aloy has to offer. And she could hear that and say, I appreciate that you brought that to me, but we're going to do it this way, and that's my call, which is totally okay because she's been given that position of power to make that call. But the fact that she's willing to listen to her constituents, or her subordinates, I guess is the better word, and take that into account, that they have something to offer, that is what brings people in. That is what garners the respect of the people around you, because they'll follow you. They will follow you because they trust your decision making and they know that you have taken into account what they have to say. Now, are there times where a leader has to make a quick decision because the situation doesn't allow for a discussion with every single person on the team? 100%. But when you take the time in the moments that you can do this, it makes it so that people are more likely to trust you in the times that you have to make a quick call. And that's the long game that a lot of managers and people in positions of power just don't play. And it really makes me sad. I've been subjected to it in my life, in my career, and I work really hard not to be that. And I hope that you do too, because when you really make sure that the people that follow you feel heard and understood and valued, that's when they're going to follow you into the dark in the times that they need to follow you into the dark. You got to play the long game on that instead of just constantly imposing your will because you can and because some title says that that's what you're capable of doing. You're not going to get long-term buy-in on that. And Resh is the counter to Sona. It's fantastic stuff what she just brought to the table here. And it takes less than 2 minutes for us to glean that from her. It's great. And she's willing to appreciate that what Aloy brought to the table was a good idea. Sometimes subordinates have better ideas than leaders. Usually because they're in the trenches and they're actually thinking about stuff in a particular type of way. All right, so let's map this out. Oh shit.
Going down fast.
Yeah, no need to yell there, Aloy. Gonna wake the machines. Destroy the blaze containers. All right. So, what I'm interested in here is... Man, do I just immediately open up? Destroy blaze containers. Yeah, Fori, I would make the argument that fear doesn't really have a place in respect. Okay, so this container, if I destroy that container, this whole thing's gonna go absolutely freaking bananas. Kill the cultists and corrupted machines and destroy the canisters. Okay. I'm pretty close to this canister.
Something over here.
Oh, I know what I did wrong. Oops. Boom!
Now they're hunting me.
Let's go. Whoa! Oh, now it's just raining all of a sudden, dude. The fact that you got to draw your bow all the way. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, booga booga booga. Yeah, you really spooked me, bud. All right, I think we got it.
Got too much already.
Look at all this stuff. Oh boy. It's funny how we refer to these outsiders as cultists when, like, in reality, you could make an argument that the Nora essentially are that as well. Sorry, guys. Got to loot real quick.
Coming down steady as a drumbeat.
All right.
This wasn't all the killers. I counted more at the War Party massacre. If I have to chase their filthy shadows from here to Spear's Reach, I will.
You're hurt. Losing blood.
My health is not your concern.
No one doubts your determination, but you need rest.
She's right, War Chief. Give your wounds time to close.
Varl, what are you doing here? I ordered you to hold that gate with your life.
And so I did, until the runner you sent returned with news of his encounter with Aloy and your location. I left the gate well guarded. My place is here, with you, with our vengeance. Am I not owed that?
Maybe I should have a look around. See if I can figure out where the rest of the killers are.
Do as you wish. Everyone else does.
Mother.
I love it. Aloy's like, I'm out. Sounds like the two of you need to have a conversation. I love that. For not having a lot of socialization growing up, Aloy sure does read social cues pretty well. Like, that's a perfect time for her to be like, all right, I'm out. I'm going to go and just look at some other stuff. You two have a conversation because there's some tension here. That's beautiful. I love that. Instead of getting herself involved and being like, well, Varl at the gate said this and Sona, you did that. She doesn't need to do that. It's an issue between Varl and Sona. Let them deal with it. In so many video games, you see the protagonist get involved in this and like try to parse it out and you speak on behalf of both people. And that's a terrible way to approach it. Aloy just met these people today. So pulling out of that and being like, all right, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to let you two do what you need to do because you have a relationship that far predates my involvement in it. See you later. Perfectly appropriate. Arguably admirable. Follow the trail. Well, whether they're meant to be seen in a negative light or not, sawed off, is inconsequential to whether we should view them that way. Like, the reality is, there are the mechanisms of cult involved in the Nora, as we talked about in episodes 2 and 3 explicitly. And so cult does come with a negative connotation, but it's interesting that they use it for outsiders rather than using it as a point of self-reflection. It's a real illustration of how we tend to give ourselves and the people that are around us that we belong to the benefit of the doubt, and we use language to construct that benefit of the doubt. And we use othering language that has negative connotation to describe others.
Commanders, over the past month, accidental blaze explosions have killed a dozen men. Here in the Ring of Metal, I've taken the precaution of placing our entire stockpile in a covered shelter, safe from stray sparks and lightning. And I've posted guards to control access. I urge you to take similar measures, or suffer the consequences. Supply Master Thran, out.
A blaze stockpile inside their base. Sabotage that, and we win.
So it's dehumanization of the enemy, but if we go into, I think, a deeper analysis of that, sawed off, when you have a group like the Nora, again, like when I say they have cultish vibes, like that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing, but they do have it. One of the things that you can do to stave off the idea that your group is a cult is to accuse other groups of being them. Because what that passively sends to the people in the group is that, well, if we're accusing other people of being a cult and we've described that as being a bad thing, then we couldn't possibly be one, because people tend to go in the direction of assuming that people are not interested in being hypocrites. So we give people the benefit of the doubt when they make accusations of certain things, because our assumption is, well, you wouldn't accuse somebody of something if you yourself were doing it. When the reality is, sometimes that's exactly what's happening and can be used intentionally to cause some real damage. If you've ever heard the phrase, every accusation is a projection, that's kind of what we're talking about here. And that applies to real life in many ways that I'm sure many of you are making references on while I'm talking.
I found something. The rest of the killers are camped inside a ring of metal. Any idea what that means?
Damn them. The Ring of Metal lies in the ruins of Devil's Grief. That ground is taboo. I will return to the matriarchs, beg them to make an exception.
There's no time for that.
Blood spilled calls for blood spilled. If the ground is cursed, then let our vengeance sanctify it.
You blaspheme.
Please, War Chief, break the taboo.
Devil's Grief is a cursed place. But maybe Aloy's secret blessing can protect us. I'll send scouts ahead. Our force will assemble at the cliff above Red Echoes, and launch our attack from there.
Sounds like a plan. See you there.
Look at Varl pushing for some progression. Love it when the youngins try to take a stand. Sorry to compare, but is this somewhat similar to one of your topics of process commentary in Red Dead Redemption 2? Oh yeah, there's overlap in all the games. It's cool to have different illustrations of similar concepts from time to time. Yeah. Yeah. Depends on who you ask, Mr. Tibbs. I'm gonna leave it at that. All right. I do kind of want to go there. Yeah. Ugh. 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 I want to read more codex, man. Codex in this game's so good. Yo, what up, guys? What you doing?
Need them soon enough. Varl spoke of a bandit camp and some metal ruins. That must be the place there. Best keep an eye out around here.
Oh my god. How much more evil could you make this place? Clearly they want visitors.
There's the alarm. Better keep an eye on it.
Oh. No, no, Aloy, Aloy, no. God damn it. Not a fan of when controls have one button do multiple things. Okay, I can't.
You're not afraid of little old me, are ya?
Nope. Sure not. Look at this. I got Batman vision.
Haven't you got anything better to do?
Uh-oh. 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 Folks is talking. Uh-oh. It's fine, guys. Just chill. Those dead bodies were already there.
They're leaving.
Good muscles on them. Not starving yet.
Give me some good stuff.
I'd have to ditch
Oh,
something.
yeah. So is my inventory just a bunch of bullshit? Like... Whatever. Deal with it later. For now, I got creepy folks to take out.
They've taken those travelers captive.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh god! I'm so sorry! Oh no! Oh shit!
Look what you got! Here comes trouble. Light the signal.
No, no, no. No, no, no. Don't, you don't want to do
For
that.
the blasted signal.
You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that.
That's what I found. That's done it. No signal.
No need, boys. I'm like freaking John Wick right now. Are you kidding me?
Seeker, may I speak with you?
You may?
I'm honored. All-Mother be praised.
Are you all right? Is there something you need?
Yes. My friends and I watched you clear the bandits out of this camp. We're glad. They would steal from us, chase us through the night laughing. We're outcasts, not braves. Almost defenseless.
Yeah, man. It really sucks the way that they put an arrow through the skull of one of your own, right? Like, that made you super mad. When I saw it, it made me super mad, too. That's why I wanted to clear out the camp. I couldn't believe that they would treat a helpless prisoner that way.
Where did you all come from?
Some of us have wandered the sacred lands for years. As for me, the village I grew up in was burned in the Red Raids. I'm ashamed I wasn't there to protect them, but I was an outcast long before the Karja came.
How did you all come to be here together?
You wonder how we speak to each other when the law forbids it. But what hope do we have here, outside the embrace, alone?
I wasn't judging you. I was an outcast once.
Forgive me. You're right to ask. I convinced them to speak. I told them we were only sentenced to be outcast, not to die out here.
The power of a reframe.
An intelligent approach.
Mm-hmm.
How did you come to be an outcast?
I was a fool. I refused to do what I was told. Never went hunting when I could sit under a tree instead. I argued with my family every step, picked fights with other braves. One day, such a fight grew fierce. I got a lucky hit, an unlucky one. He went down, and there was no one left to speak for me. I deserved to be an outcast.
You seem different from the person you describe.
I hope to be.
I appreciate his willingness to take accountability for his actions and own up to it.
We are all outcasts, but we need to stay together to survive. This camp we once hated could serve us well now. Would you let us stay here, even if it flies in the face of the matriarch's laws?
Of course, by all means.
Absolutely, brother.
I'd hoped you'd say so. You're an inspiration to us. Thank you.
Yeah, you betcha, homie. You betcha.
We're settling in. I never thought I'd get anything of use from the bandits.
Well, you did.
I should be on my way.
Thank you for making this possible.
What up, guy? I mean, let's maybe put some new paint on this place, huh?
Not here.
You gave us a home. I never expected such kindness.
Y'all need to bury this one. Make sure that their death is not in vain.
All right.
Hey, what's up? You are a prisoner no longer.
We don't have to live on the run anymore. Thank you.
Welcome. Notch to ancient charm, smooth ancient charm. Oh, so I already have a bunch of these. It did a good thing today, it seems. Nils right there. Oh, baby. How lucky can one person get? Look at him over there chilling. Hey, Nil! See you in part 5! You knew it was coming. Hey, thank you so much, friends, for making it all the way through part 4 of Horizon Zero Dawn with the Therapist. If you made it this far, I'm grateful that you have watched the entire thing. I am so thrilled. I say this every episode. I am so excited to see where this takes us. I have a feeling we're in for a long haul here, and I'm pumped about it. I really am. The aesthetic, the story, the lore, it's all fantastic, and we're gonna dissect as much of it as I possibly can. So leave a like, leave a comment, follow all the links in the description. I will very much look forward to seeing you in part 5. If you're binging, I'll see you over there. If you're waiting for the next one to come out, we'll get it out as soon as we can. And for the love of God, or the love of the All-Mother, if you are not subscribed to the channel and you've been watching all these videos, please subscribe to the channel. All right. See you in the next one.